Hello and welcome to another stream of Tomb Raider 2. Hey there, Game God. I'm going good. How about you? How's things? So we have 3 levels left. I think it's 3. So we'll be finishing the game in this stream for sure. Um, I was trying to get some things in Tomb Raider 3 to work, um, deinterlacing the FMVs, but it was turning into a whole ordeal, and so that's partly why I'm starting this stream a bit later. I was going to start it like half an hour ago, but I got sucked into the vortex of stubbornness in trying to fix something. But then I was like, I need to get on to Tomb Raider 2 and finish it. So I don't know now if I'll be starting 3 today because it could probably take me 3 or 4 hours to get through these 3 levels. Um, but in any case, we'll be finishing Tomb Raider 2 today. Whether we start 3 today or not doesn't matter because it's Thursday here and I have a Friday stream of Tomb Raider that I can do too. So we'll either start 3 today or start it tomorrow. If we start it today, it'll be good to get a bit of a head start on it, but if we start it tomorrow, it's not going to be that bad either because I can potentially start the stream earlier than this stream is starting and then do whatever I can in Tomb Raider 3. But that's the plan anyway, to finish Tomb Raider 2 and then jump into Tomb Raider 3. Whether we do Tomb Raider 3 today or tomorrow, have to wait and see. Game God, you've been playing the GTA Definitive Edition lately. So how's that been going? Have they patched it so that it's at the quality that people who aren't hired by the company could probably do, or probably could have done at the time? Instead, it's like just hire all the modders to do your work, and then you won't have to worry about any sort of like backlash and stuff from it. Ah, look at that. There we go. We found the Dagger of Zion. The game is going to be over now. Isn't this awesome? And they were like, It's not going to be that easy to get the dagger. Hey there, Harbinger. Welcome on in. A stream starting late lately, or was it just you? Well, sometimes things come up and I can't stream until later. I was actually trying to get a fix for Tomb Raider 3 sorted to de-interlace the cutscenes, but by the time I noticed how much time had gotten away, I was like, fuck it. I'll just put up with the scan lines in the cutscenes for Tomb Raider 3. So starting this stream a bit later. So I probably won't get to Tomb Raider 3 ironically today. But I can at least finish this game off today. But yeah, I'm not really that strict with myself. Like if I wanted to, I could start this time every day. I've come to the realization this year that as much as it is cool to stream every day, I don't actually have to stream every day, and I don't actually have to stream long hours if I don't want to, you know. So I'll just take it on a day-by-day basis. So there might be some days where I don't really feel like streaming until later and do short streams and stuff like that. As the rest of the year goes on, because my deadline playthroughs will get less and less, it'll mean that I don't have to stream for as long. Because, for example, Deus Ex, I want to play the original game, but I don't have a deadline on that, so I can pretty much wait until December to do Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. The Tomb Raider games, you know, the earlier ones can take a long time. Chronicles is short, but it can still take a little bit because there's some annoying parts. Angel of Darkness, I'll probably be doing 2 back-to-back playthroughs of that, so that'll go a bit longer because that game's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Legends, the shortest game in the series, I can finish that in one stream, so that game won't take long. And then the only other priority games I've got left is Splinter Cell, to do my annual playthrough of that, but I just don't know how I'm going to work that out as well. But yeah, as we get closer to the end of the year, I'll probably start to not worry too much about how long it takes me to get through games, because if it bleeds over into next year, then I definitely don't mind. And I've been thinking of cutting back next year on my streaming days as well. Like, it's not like a job where if you cut out a day or two, you lose money because your, hours for those 2 days get taken off of what you would have got paid for, So it's not like Twitch is a job that I've got where if I take 2 days off each week, I'm losing 2 days worth of pay or anything like that. So I don't really have to worry about streaming every day. I never have had to, but what I mean to say when I say that is I personally now don't have to feel like I need to stream every day. But I don't know yet what days I would take off, because there's probably be some days where I'm like, fuck it, I want to stream. so it might not be like an official taking a stream day off every week all the time, and a specific day, like I might take a day off one week and be like, and then the next week rolls around and on the same day I'd be like, I feel like streaming, Thanks for redeeming the Rest in Peace Lara and the scene reenactment of Schwarzenegger. Harbinger, you appreciate the stream even if it's a late start. Well, thank you so much, Harbinger, for that as well, because it's good to have that flexibility also, because if there's a day where I don't feel like streaming yet, I don't have to keep on posting messages in Discord and say, sorry, I won't be ready for another half hour. Because a half hour could go and I'd be like, I don't feel like streaming. And, I'd rather be not doing that kind of thing. So thank you so much, Harbinger, for the understanding as well. Alright, so scene reenactment. Let's go grab one. Okay, so I've got a scene to do. And what of the rebellion? If the rebels have obtained a complete technical reading of this station, it is possible, however unlikely, they might find a weakness and exploit it. The plans you referred to will soon be back in our hands. Any attack made by the rebels against this station would be a useless gesture, no matter what technical data they have obtained. This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it. Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet, or even a whole system, is insignificant next to the power of the Force. Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader. Your sad devotion to that ancient religion has not helped you conjure up the stolen data tapes or given you clairvoyance enough to find the rebels hidden for... I find your lack of faith disturbing. Enough of this. Vader, release him. As you wish. This bickering is pointless. Lord Vader will provide us with the location of the rebel fortress by the time the station is operational. We will then crush the rebellion with one swift stroke. Thanks for redeeming the scene reenactment as Schwarzenegger. And now for Lara to accidentally die. Thanks for redeeming the rest in peace, Lara. Alright, so I don't know if I can have Lara catch on fire from these things, but let's have a look. No. That's a shame. Would have been cool to actually do it that way. Or, let's see. I don't think she'll jump high enough to reach it. Oh, the camera's in the way. I'm going to do that again. The camera got in the way. There we go. Thanks for redeeming that, Harbinger. Never thought to check for Star Wars for only impressions. You'll have it in mind. Oh yeah, yeah. It's one of those things too. Like there's so many different quotes and stuff from Star Wars as well that could be done. It's funny those videos where someone has taken the scenes from the movie and they've had the Arnie impression for Darth Vader or Samuel L. Jackson's dialogue from his movies with Vader. That's probably the funniest one that I've seen. Hey there, Viper. Welcome. How's things going? Viper going good, just playing a bit of Warzone. Oh, that's cool. That's good, Viper. I hope Warzone's been going good. Not worried about getting treasures in this playthrough, so I'll let that one go. Alright, looks like we need to sacrifice health in order to make this jump, so I'll need to give Lara more health. One of those situations where they program it that Lara will have to take a certain amount of damage that can't be avoided to take. And if your health is already too low, then she'll won't survive it. Whereas if you have full health, she'll survive it, but you'll lose a lot of health. They do that quite a few times in the old school games in the series. I like the music. Well, it's not music, but I like the ambience and stuff in the Temple of Xi'an. Gives this really creepy vibe. And then you've got these faces on the actual blocks you move and stuff. Reminds me of what you would see in like the old school Doom games, where you'd have the faces, demonic faces, and everything on walls and stuff. The Last Revelation is my favorite Tomb Raider game, but this would probably be my second favorite after that because I really like the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and there's a lot of similarities with this game, especially when you get to the Temple of Zion and stuff, and you see the cultists later performing their ritual, kind of like a dark ritual, just like gets performed in Temple of Doom. I swear some of the music's even pretty similar as well, as like a nod to that movie. I still need to decide what Monday and Tuesday will be. So that message about the schedule, Monday and Tuesday being Detroit Become Human, that can be ignored because I've already finished that playthrough. I just haven't decided what I want to replace that game with yet. That's right, I forgot you can't do that on that bridge. It's not something that you can hang off of. Hey there, Lidus, welcome on in. How's things been going, dude? I'm going well, things have been going good. How do you get that golden rubber ducky? It's actually a statue, it's a treasure, but I'm not getting the treasures for this playthrough, so I'm avoiding them. Oh, that's good, Lidus. I'm glad to hear that you're going well. And the only reason Lara dies in this game is because of me. In reality, Lara wouldn't be dying from these things. Hey there, Rochi. Welcome to my home. Let me take you on a guided tour. How's things going, Rochi? Oh, fuck off. So I was holding the control stick on an angle. Sorry. That's why I don't like using a control stick for Tomb Raider 2. Rather use the D-pad. What? Oh, there we go. What? Rochi, you going good? Just doing some late night sewing. It's 3 a.m. Ah, wow. Very, very, very early. Or late, depending on perspective. Lattice, to me and gang, Eid Mubarak to you all. I can't actually remember what that is, but I think I've been told in the past, but I can't remember. But it's is it a day or a month of celebration? Hey there, Maxi. Yes, rest in peace, Lara. Indeed. It's like, why this happen? How's it going, dude? I'm doing good, Maxi. Things are going well. Rochi Mubarak, you think is the end of Ramadan. Oops, it's Eid. That is the holiday. Mubarak means blessed or happy. I got you, Rochi. Cool. Yeah, because I think I have heard of it before, but I just couldn't remember. Max, you're doing good, thanks. Nice to have some rod streams while working. Oh, that's great to hear, dude. I'm glad that you're going well. And I hope work isn't going too badly. Thank you so much for choosing to watch while you work. I appreciate that, dude. That's one of my favorite parts of this game, that ceremony. It always makes me think of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when there's a ceremony that's been done by a cult. And in that movie's case, it's this whole big area where there's like this lava pit that someone, when they're sacrificed, their heart gets pulled out while they're still alive, and then they get put down into the fire pit as part of the ritual. And that reminds me of this part in the game, and the music that you hear and sort of like the chanting is very similar in this to what it is in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So I like that reference to that movie with that whole sequence there. Rochi Lara's timing is so bad. Yeah, it's a classic thing. The main hero manages to get to the spot where the artifact is, but because there was a trap and they fall down, it means they've paved the way for the villain to be able to just walk right in and pick it up. And then, kick off the ceremony by stabbing himself with the dagger. It sure is, Maxi. Yeah, this is the part where you have the giant statues that come to life and start flying towards you with the big, whatever weapons they are. I don't blame you, dude. It's definitely a very creepy sort of part because you've got like the ambient for one thing and the sort of like growling you can hear, and then you've just got this sound you can hear in the distance, and then you look and there's this thing flying towards you very slowly, you know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Maybe Rochi. I just don't know, to be honest. Um, because It just depends on how long it takes me to do this level and then the next level of Tomb Raider 2. Because these games tend to take me a bit because I don't use a guide and I don't remember every single step of the way off the top of my head. Plus, there's, dying and how much time it takes, and then there's, any redemptions that might get redeemed during the stream. Because I've got a Tomb Raider redemption where Lara dies accidentally as well. So there's so many factors that can determine how long it might take me. So I might get to it today, or I might just decide to leave it till tomorrow. Let me see your identification. You don't need to see his identification. We don't need to see his in. Sorry, I fucked that up. Let me see your. Fuck, Rod. Let me see your in. I'm gonna say invitation. Let me see your identification. You don't need to see his identification. We don't need to see his identification. These aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the droids we're looking for. He can go about his business. You can go about your business. Move along. Move along. Move along. Thanks for redeeming that, Harbinger. I finally got out the full thing. Now I remember, you gotta go down there. Here we go. Rochi, thank you for redeeming the Lara accidentally dies. So the last time it was redeemed, I was near fire. And we've got falling to death. And I might be able to make it. Let's have a look at what other... Help if I actually open that first. Alright, I think I can go back to where this giant thing was. Might die to that. Sometimes getting killed by enemies like that have a certain animation that plays. Like when the Yeti kills Lara, it's sort of like waves the body around kind of thing. Alright, so let's save, and let's just get killed by one of these things.
No. There we go, Rochi. I was hoping that there'd be like a spearing animation or something, but it's funny how it just stands there and laughs if you get killed. Thanks for redeeming the Lara accidentally dies. Harbinger, this place reminds you of an area in the original Half-Life, floating rocks in an almost alien environment. That's right. Yeah, I remember. I haven't played or seen Half-Life 1 for a long time, but I remember what you're talking about now.
Ah, don't mind me. I just like to say that sometimes.
Hey there, Crooked. Thanks for redeeming the Bane impression. Welcome on in, Senny. How's things going for you today? Harbinger, you need to stop procrastinating and start Resident Evil 3 Remake. No time like the present, Harbinger. Go! Play Resident Evil 3 now. Just kidding. Yeah, Resident Evil 3 Remake, I personally like it.
I don't think it's as good as the Resident Evil 2 remake, but I'm not as upset as some other fans are of some of the stuff that was taken out of the original game and not put into the remake. However, I do understand the frustration, and I think that Capcom would have been better to include those still. But I thought it was okay actually. I thought Resident Evil 3 remake was pretty decent. I don't think there's been a bad remake of Resident Evil yet that's like terrible. The Resident Evil 4 remake was great as well. Hey there, Lizzie, welcome on in. Well, that was uneventful. Yeah, sometimes enemies like that have a special sort of like kill that they do on Lara. Crooked, thanks for that, Cinny. It's going pretty good, dealing with friggin' allergies again, but that's nothing new. Doing good otherwise, though. How's Tomb Raider going? That's no worries at all, Crooked, for redeeming that. That really sucks, man. Friggin' allergies. Bloody hell. I hate allergies too. Definitely know what that's like. It's just so frustrating. Tomb Raider's going well. We're on the second last level, so I'll be finishing this today. But I don't know if I'll be starting 3 or not. I actually started this stream later because I was trying to fix the FMV sequences for 3 and make them deinterlaced. But I just couldn't get it to work, and it's like nothing simple either. Like you can't just copy and paste the upgraded video files in and do that. You got to do something with this Pexodo patch, and it only really worked for Tomb Raider 2, and I'm like, I can't spend hours and hours, so I'll just let it slide for Tomb Raider 3 to have the scan lines in the cutscenes. However, I think from memory it's not as bad as it was with Tomb Raider 2. But in trying to fix that, I realized that I was starting the stream of this late, about half an hour later than I wanted to. But here we are with Tomb Raider 2 to finish it off. But yeah, Tomb Raider's going well. Second last level. This is the level where I'll start to use more of the other weapons that Lara has. I've just been using the dual pistols, and every now and again I'll use like a shotgun on some enemies, but I really like to save all that ammo for these last few levels, or last couple of levels. I like to think of these green boulders as Brussels sprout. They look like they make me think of Brussels sprouts. They don't look like Brussels sprouts, but they make me think of giant Brussels sprouts getting rolled over and squashed by them. I guess you could also say it looks like a giant pea. Harbinger, so you'll have 2 streams to watch at the same time. Unemployment is fun. Oh yeah. Lots of fun for everyone. Lizzie, later today, you and the mother are going to see a friend perform since you have a rental car. Oh, that's cool. I hope that goes well. Do you have to travel far to go and see that? Oh, that's good then, Lizzie. That's not too far. That way you don't have like a really long travel time to have to worry about. Lizzie's still mad that even though your car still works, the cost of fixing it was too high. You're hoping you can get medical insurance soon, though. Yeah, that's the other thing, too, the cost of stuff. And when you got multiple things that cost a lot, it really is a burden. 100 Ways to Die, Lara Edition. Pretty much. You definitely die a lot in these games, that's for sure. Like then. There we go, that's a better way to do that. Or not.
Dabbling. It's like, oh shit, in Russian. Precious. Golem.
Thanks for redeeming that, Iosif. There we go, that's better. I'm doing good, Iosif. Things are going well. How about you? Are you going good, Osif? Nice. Rochi, I don't know what that actually says in Russian, but there has to be like a limit on what other languages can be put into chat. It's just to prevent people from thinking that they can put anything they like in another language and bypass any TOS or any sort of like things that I don't know is being said because it's in a different language. Because I believe that setting precedents is definitely something that is a thing. And if you're not careful with what precedents are set, then people think that they can find the loopholes and all that kind of stuff. So even though if it's something you're just saying hello, if you want to speak to someone else in a different language, it's probably best to whisper a conversation with them. I know Google Translate exists, but I don't want to have to stop and check what something says in a different language with Google Translate. Lizzie, moving out of state should be interesting. You don't know how to feel about it yet, though. Yeah, I mean, that's a big move, too. Like, it's not just going from, like, one place in the same town to another, or going from one, town to a different one. It's also moving to, like, a completely different state and a different place in that state. Lizzie, also, you can't wait until your bathroom is fixed because you haven't showered in a week and you feel like crap. Ah, damn, Lizzie, yeah. When stuff like that needs fixing too, it can add a lot of like difficult scenarios on top as well. Well, that's good then, Lizzie. Good thing you've got another bathroom. That's right, Super Meat Hands. Yeah, died by that blade. Reggie, you don't know when it will be, but eventually when you get back to streaming, you can do a Tomb Raider marathon. You're just glad you won't remember most of the older games, lol. You'll be getting so lost whenever the time comes. Yeah, that's it too, because there's so many different sections that can look the same as well. Two shots he takes with a grenade launcher. Right. There we go, 100 medikits later. And probably... I still got a fair few Uzi ammo. It's so funny though, like, I'm literally almost finished the game and I'm complaining about having 18 small medipacks and 17 large medipacks. But still, I like to make sure that I'm not just using medikits just for the sake of the fact that I don't have much health left if it's not in a situation where I'm close to the end of the level. Because when you finish a level, you get your health back for the start of the next level anyway, so it's not like you have to deal with whatever health you lost in the previous level at the start of the next one. Hey there, Lucinda. Good morning to you. Welcome on in. I hope it's going well. So Midhands, that sounds like you haven't got enough medipacks. Maybe you should collect some more. Yeah. Yeah, there's a thing in this game called picking up items that an enemy has dropped. If they drop any. And if you stand over the item and you press the button that picks it up, you can actually pick it up. And then that puts it into the character's inventory. And then what you can do is you can go into the inventory and you can actually select to use the medipack. And depending on how many medipacks you have, once you use that medipack, there might be only a few left. You can also press a button to pull Lara's pistols out, and she'll actually start to shoot if you also hold down the shoot button for it. And if there's a lock that needs a key, you need to make sure that you pick up the key, because if you get to the lock and you don't have the key, you won't be able to open the lock because you need the key. So you need to pick the key up as well to do the lock. And if you move the control stick, you can also make Lara move. And if you want to make her walk, you have to hold down another button and then move, and then she'll walk. And if you want to have the character jump, you press the button that you make them jump with, and then they'll do the jumping animation as well. If you press the roll button, Lara will also do a roll like that. If you are moving and you press the jump button and the roll button, Lara will actually do this. And that's a very handy tactic for when you're dealing with enemies that are running at you. You can run at them, jump over, do the flip, and then go like this. So there's definitely a multitude of things that you can do in a Tomb Raider game. Listen, they're going okay. Up and around early today since Necro has some kind of banking event to go to in Indianapolis today, which worked out because you woke up before the alarm anyway, without being able to get back to sleep. Great. Well, I'm glad that you're going okay, and I hope that his banking event goes well. Yeah, there's so many things that you can do, but the funny thing is, there was a switch here that I had to press, but I can't get back in there, so I'm going to have to reload the save. To before I killed all those enemies. Whoops. Alright, let's get the Uzis. And then let's drop down here, and then let's pull that switch. Or maybe I didn't need to pull that switch. Huh. Oh well. Listen, you binged Revelations offline today and yesterday and almost completely renovated Constantinople. Well, that's cool. It's almost all renovated. Then you'll be getting a lot of money in Ezio's account then. That's a cool way to do it. Alright, so let's actually save. Lucinda, yeah, all your assassins are leveled up. Took over all territories, now just increasing assassins' control. There's one area that's not accessible in the game yet. Those are the only places you haven't been able to renovate yet. Well, that's great too that she got them all leveled up as well, because having them be able to deal with stronger enemies definitely help a lot, so they don't get killed as quickly. How's Tomb Raider 2 going? How many levels do we have to go? So including this one, there's actually 3 more left, but the final level is really short. It's still part of the story, but it's just a really short level. So really there's only like 2 levels left, if you want to think of the levels as sort of like the more larger portions. But yeah, we're getting close to finishing the game. I don't know if I'll start Tomb Raider 3 now or not. Hey there, Afro. Hope things are going well. Afro, how many are there? How many levels? There's about 19 in this game. And then Last Revelation, which is the 4th game, actually has 30 or so, I think, or even more. Super Meat Hands, good thing Lara didn't fart when she landed in that lava, or she would have become a projectile. That is so true. Very lucky there. Yeah, Lucinda, so this is my second favourite Tomb Raider game. We're almost through it. Let's make sure there's nothing I've missed here. It's funny, this game was the first one to introduce Lara being able to use a flare. But they nerfed it in Tomb Raider 3 because while you can still use flares, they don't last as long. So 35 levels in Tomb Raider 4. Yeah, so there's quite a lot in that one. Super Meat Hands. Tomb Raider 5 has 13 levels, but are smaller and more compact than previous games. Tomb Raider 5 also has around an hour worth of cutscenes, both in-game and FMV, but mostly in-game ones. Yeah, that game is kind of like a filler Tomb Raider game because they were working on, at the time, the next-gen version for the PS2, and they had a different team work on the Angel of Darkness game to start with, and the team that had worked on all the other games from Tomb Raider 1 were assigned Chronicles, and the idea was that once they finished Chronicles, they would then move over to Angel of Darkness because they wanted to get a head start on Angel of Darkness. And so Chronicles is like a filler game for those who still had a PlayStation 1, or obviously it's on PC as well. But the way that they structured that game is having flashbacks to things that Lara had experienced which weren't shown in the other games. But because the other team who worked on Angel of Darkness first at the start of development weren't as experienced as the main team, it meant that when the main team did go on, there was a lot of stuff that had to be smoothed over. But then the Eidos anyway was putting pressure on them because they wanted to get the game out in a certain amount of time, and it got to the point where the second Tomb Raider movie was going to come out, and they decided that despite the Angel of Darkness game needing even more time, they decided that no, we needed it to come out around the same time as the second movie to potentially maximize the profits of the game, and maybe get people who liked the second movie to play the new game and stuff. But they sort of released it at a point where it was way under where it should have been before release, which is a shame because it is a really good game. There's a lot of great things about it, despite the difficult stuff and the glitchiness. And a lot of fans have helped actually solve a lot of that stuff and make it a bit more of a better experience. Super Meat Hens, you know they had to redo the engine a couple of times due to Sony changing the hardware and/or specs of the PS2 as they were making Angel of Darkness. You also think they weren't given any PS2 dev kits for a while, which is crazy with how successful Tomb Raider was for the PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, the PlayStation versions of Tomb Raider obviously aren't as optimized as the PC versions were upon initial release, but they definitely had a lot of influence over the people, buying Tomb Raider, because obviously they wanted to buy a game that they were enjoying on the PlayStation 1. So naturally, people that were going to be buying the games and all that, they would want to be able to actually buy the PS2 game that was coming out. So you'd think Sony would be wanting to make sure that they had everything that they needed to be able to get that organized for PlayStation 2. You think some of the Tomb Raider games are in the top 10 lists for the highest selling PS games? Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be surprised for sure. Thanks for the GGs, Lucinda. Dude, man, she clipped through the floor. It's funny when that kind of stuff happens in these older games. Then you get enemies that can shoot through walls and kill you, which it's always fun in the game when enemies have an advantage like that. Crooked, you just went back to your Ghost stream and listened to the part you guys were mentioning. It was having a static noise and there wasn't any in your recording, lol. Really weird. That is strange. So if it's only coming up for other people on their end, then I wonder what is actually happening there then. Because some of it sounded like it was, you know, when you have like a mobile phone near something and you have that sort of like weird noise you hear before the phone rings or or a text message comes through or something like that. At first, I just thought it was something like that happening on your end. But after it happened a few times, it was like, oh, must be something on the microphone or something like that. Because it wouldn't happen like unless you had the microphone turned off when you weren't talking. In those moments, it wasn't happening when that would happen, but it would only happen when you were talking. But that's strange, though. I wonder what's causing that to happen. It's annoying when stuff happens, but then not being able to figure out what is actually making it happen. Well, I should correct myself. This level is also pretty short. I forgot that it's a much shorter level. It's funny. It's one of those things where the game actually tells you what you need to do with this dragon at the start of the game in a cinematic. Alright, one more level left. Crooked, well, your stream has been dipping in bitrate pretty much the entire stream yesterday since Levy downloaded 80 gigabytes for Hogwarts Legacy, so you assume it could have to do with that potentially, since that issue doesn't happen usually. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good point too. Because I know what that's like too with downloading stuff. Like sometimes if I'm downloading something, what I'm watching will get affected. But sometimes it happens only if I start downloading something before I actually start watching something. sometimes if I start watching something and then start downloading something, it's only the download speed that gets affected and what I'm watching doesn't get affected. But yeah, that's very strange. Those sort of variables that are happening for you, but if it's not coming through on the actual recording afterwards, but only for people when they're listening to it while it's live, must be something happening with the live broadcast. I think I had something like that happen with something too. Crooked, it would make sense since it doesn't seem to be in the recording. Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing too, like that it's not actually in the recording as well. Because that was the problem with, and I even realized this was happening even though I didn't have my microphone, sorry, didn't have my headset plugged into my controller when playing Red Dead Redemption 1. There was still the stuttering audio happening. So with the Xbox, it must also just be, it doesn't matter if you've got the head, like if you're streaming at all, the issue happens regardless. And I just don't know what the fuck's going on there with that. So because there's still some games that I want to get to, like I might just have to get a CD key, buy a CD key for Deus Ex Human Revolution for the PC, because I don't want the director's cut, because the director's cut has the DLC put into it integrated, and the reason why I don't want to get the version that has that integrated is because as much as I do like the DLC, I don't want to have to do it every single time I play through the game, because the DLC is a pretty big chunk of time. Like it can be another 3 hours on top of a playthrough. So I want the version that doesn't have it. So it looks like I'm going to have to go that route for Deus Ex Human Revolution. Mankind Divided's fine because it's on the PlayStation 5, backwards compatible, so I can do that. And Deus Ex the original, because I do plan to play that after doing my annual playthroughs of Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. I've already got that game. I bought that a while ago, so I've already got that on got that through Steam. Listen, it was like 3+ hours for you. Yeah, it's ridiculous too, listen, because of the whole fact that you lose all the skills that you had, and they sort of do something in the director's cut to smooth that over a little bit, but I just, yeah, like it's interesting because there's certain things in that DLC that set up stuff that Mankind Divided goes with, like the whole Janus and all that kind of stuff. And in Mankind Divided, you can actually see in the bank vault when you're doing that mission, you can actually see the guy that was in that you were talking to, who was pretending to be the mechanic guy. So there's definitely stuff in that gets picked up in Mankind Divided. But yeah, as much as I do like the DLC, it does take a bit of time, and sometimes I just want to play through the Deus Ex Human Revolution story without that part in it as well. Crooked, you don't blame you. Hopefully that works out well on the PC. Yeah, yeah, I think it should be fine. Because yeah, it's just ridiculous that these issues happen with the Xbox, but I don't know if they'll ever fix it. Probably not. All right, so Bartoli's gang is breaking in. It's funny, I remember when the first Tomb Raider movie came out, which came out in 2001. some had complained that there was nothing from the games in it. And it's like, the fact that you have statues coming to life in that Tomb Raider movie, and there's a sequence where where Lara fights a few of them, and then there's a big giant ass statue that comes to life. Well, that happened in the games that came out before the movie. In the movie, there's a scene where the villain sends his goons to break into Lara's mansion. There's like a big fight sequence. We're just about to do that in this game, which came out before the movie. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that was in that first movie that some complained wasn't very Tomb Raider-like, which actually was very Tomb Raider-like. Good special effects by Michael Bay. Yeah, it's funny. This movie came out in 1997, so I think he did Armageddon in 1998, I think it was. Hey there, Carbon. It's going really good, thank you, dude. How's things going for you? So the game takes all your health kits off you, and it takes all your weapons and ammo off you. So Lara has to go into her storage and get all that stuff. Carbon, you're doing good. You're having your lunch break here as yesterday. Today's going better, no headache and less stress. Oh, that's great to hear, Carbon. I'm glad that you're having a much better day today. That's really good to hear. And I hope you're enjoying your lunch as well. Sorry, doggo. I like how this music is in Rise of the Tomb Raider when you do the Bloodlines DLC. Blood Ties, sorry. There's so many DLC that I have played from different franchises with blood in the title. You've got Bad Blood for Watch Dogs. You've got Bloodlines for Watch Dogs Legion. You've got Blood Ties for Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, she is Lucinda. Yeah, she was just gonna relax and unwind for the evening and get to bed, but then all these gang members from the cult that we had to deal with turn up. The remnants of it have to ruin her evening. Oh shit. There's something really cool that happens at the end of this. It was a very tongue-in-cheek thing that they did. After it happens, I'll explain the reasoning for it. For those who don't know already, that is.
Don't you think you've seen enough? Welcome back. After that grueling business last year, I decided to build this assault course to hone my skills and learn some new ones.
All right, so I just wanted to have something without music while I was talking for the end of this. So that is the end of Tomb Raider 2, and that little part at the end where Lara is about to undress and realizes that the camera is still looking at her is like, "Don't you think you've seen enough?" and shoots with the shotgun. That's in response to some fans at the time who were hell bent on getting a nude Raider mod to see, a pixelated character in the nude. So that was the devs' fourth wall breaking kind of like response to those who are expecting that kind of thing. So that's why when she's about to get undressed, she does that and shoots the camera. Hey there, Code. Good afternoon to you. Welcome on in. So that is the end of the stream. The next game that I'll be playing is Tomb Raider 3 and doing my annual playthrough of that. And Code, yeah, you recall the mods for early Lara's. Yeah. Yeah, so that was definitely part of the Tomb Raider history. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching this stream. I really do appreciate it. What I might do is take a break for about 10 minutes or so I can set up for Tomb Raider 3. It'll probably be a short stream of Tomb Raider 3, but I may as well get a head start on it. So I just want to thank everyone for watching. Here's a couple of shout outs. It's funny, I have the Ah, no wonder why. Don't worry. I worked out why it's doing that. It's because I've got the hotkey for turning the image off to 2, and even though I'm actually, holding down Shift and pressing 2 to access the, other, well, the @ symbol, it thinks that I'm actually just pressing the 2. Stanley, that's okay for the stream, no worries at all. So I'd like to highly recommend people check out Crocodiles, Lucinda, and ETA Carbon. Crocodiles is playing through Ghost of Tsushima. He's doing a New Game Plus playthrough, and it looks awesome. Such a great game. I do intend at some point to play through it myself as well for my first time. He's also a massive fan of Assassin's Creed. Most recently, he finished Assassin's Creed Origins with a stealth challenge on top. He's got a channel point reward, well, a community points thing set up so that if you want to see him do Assassin's Creed Valhalla with a stealth challenge, if you redeem points to that goal, when the goal is met, that's what he'll be doing. So in the meantime, he's doing a playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima, and he's also doing a playthrough of Control as well. Lucinda's playing through A Plague Tale Requiem, Thursdays and Fridays. Is also playing through the Assassin's Creed series, playing the main games. She's playing Assassin's Creed Revelations at the moment. Just started that playthrough this week, and is also a fan of Resident Evil as well as the Dishonored series. And Carbon is playing through Assassin's Creed 3. He's another great streamer with a great community, a very chill vibe, great atmosphere over at his channel as well. So I highly recommend checking out those streamers if you haven't before. And I will be back in about 10 or so minutes with Tomb Raider 2 to make it Tomb Raider 3. Sorry. Thanks for watching and be back soon.